Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division 6 and the winner of the Aganis Trophy. I've missed those guys. My first game of the year, Rob. Can't wait to see the Clockers.
We're going to get this in before kickoff, but I'm Rob Silver, and back with us tonight is the legend, Bob Thacker. Bob,
Thank you, Rob. Great to be with you tonight.
I'm just going to go through a few things. I know you've been off for a while, but we're coming to you from high atop the field house here at Ashland High School's William Cunis Field, more fondly known as the Plateau now, Bob.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
You know what they call it in the high school?
What?
In the high school, when they talk about this field, they call it the turf field.
Really?
To distinguish it, I guess, from the other fields.
They call it, well, now it's known as the Plateau. Tonight it's going to be the 5-0 Ashland Clockers taking on the 1-4 Westwood Wolverines. But it looks like it's an improving Wolverine squad. Bob, you and I were just talking. They had a win last week against Medfield.
You know, a TVL win.
TVL, hey, they're tied.
Against a big school.
They're tied atop the standings. Three-way tie atop the TVL large standings. But 13-7
we just can't tell because all the other games are non-league, and it's very difficult to gauge the strength of their opponents. But I can say this, a team like Holliston, that we had a battle with last week here, winning 20-14 in Holliston. They were winless up until a week ago, but they played tough non-league games. They lost to Milton, gave Milton a battle. They played tough games. And as soon as it came to a TVL battle, they were right there with that.
Yeah, we said that every week, that every week it seems like the team we play is another test, and we've just answered every call. But you know, it's the got to get going soon, but it's pretty much going to be the ground game with Andrew Molesky, Peter Gigliotti. You know, Westwood gave up 149 yards on 13 carries last week, and that's one of our strengths. So look for the ground game with Molesky, and that should open it up for Lou Curta to throw to Palin, Gillis, and Troutman. But one thing we want to take note of is they're going to have to figure out Ashland's defense. In 3 games at home this year, Ashland has yet to yield a point to their opponents. In 3 games, the combined score in the first half, Bob, 86-0, they've outscored their opponents.
All 5 games?
In the 3 home games.
Oh, the 3 home games. Middleborough, Newburyport?
I don't think I saw.
Man.
So it's John Gillia kicking off for Ashland tonight. And we'll try and get some of the names for Westwood. George Maroon and Quinn O'Brien, I believe, deep for Westwood. And it's senior night here in Ashland.
Already, unusual so early in this season.
Well, they had their home games kind of early, so one more game next week at home. But it is the 5-0 undefeated Clockers. And Gillia kicks it deep like he's been doing all year. A roster.
Clockers are in their home blue.
New uniforms this year, Bob.
Visiting
little
Wolverines
easier to see.
are mostly white. And typically,
don't pay any attention to the team on the other side. That's an old roster from
that's our only other TVL opponent. That was the only small division team we faced.
Bellingham?
Yeah, the Bellingham. Clockers handled them easily. And they're a decent team. They're within the rankings for the tournament, the postseason tournament. First play of the game, right up the gut, and nothing doing.
Did you make sure that
I'm all
right, take your time.
Tangled up here. All right.
Second down and 9 is what they're calling it. For these home games, they haven't given up a point here at Bill Cunis Field this season.
Now, and that's something they're aware of. They listen to these broadcasts. I was talking to a couple of them earlier in the week. We had a chance, and they're aware of it. They take pride in that, as they should. As they trip them up. The ball came loose, but I thought he was down. I mean, the guy.
You gotta try everything, I guess, you know. Westwood starts up with the ground game. You can't blame them. They know we're pretty tough against the run. I know we've been beaten as well by the run.
Okay, that Holliston game, Holliston had 2 chances on their second to last drive of the regulation, and one right in the hands of the receiver that he just dropped. So we've been fortunate.
Here's our first pass.
Luke Herter reads that, gives him a couple of yards, and then it's Troutman and McGough to make sure he doesn't get the first down.
Got a punt for Rob. It's too far. You got a punt.
And Bob Thacker once again calls it right.
Early in the game.
So did you get to watch the Holliston game?
No, I saw the highlights on Max Prep.
Okay, so their first possession after Ashland had scored, they had 4th and 2 on their 33-yard line. They went for it. That's when Holliston. So they were really aggressive, as you would expect. Bad snap. Woo! Good job by the blockers. And,
that's a nice kick.
Troutman's going to let it go. Gets a good roll.
He had to.
Yep.
Boy, they did great on that punt. Off a bad snap, doubles it the pleasure.
Yeah.
Blockers are going to start inside the 20.
So, like I said in the pregame, I would expect Molesky to see the ball a lot.
Molesky's number 23.
23.
Yeah. He's been the featured back all season long.
Couple 200-yard games.
Honestly, I was talking to Coach McKay last weekend, and I told him I don't remember Molesky carrying the ball last season.
He got it,
which is this
little,
year.
Right. He got it a little bit in the spring, but he was not the feature back.
But man, has he stepped up, and he's big.
You know, and because he's had such a great season, Gigliotti really kind of doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And there's Molesky on the first carry. He's still going.
Look at
Molesky, he's still going.
So 16 yards. That's what I pointed that out in preseason, that he just does not go down. And when we interviewed him, Matt Gillis, and Luke Herter earlier in the week, I said, you know, I kind of came up with a nickname for you. I don't know if it's appropriate. So I explained. I call him the Weeble.
The Weeble. They wobble, but they don't fall down.
So I had to explain it to him, obviously, because
you and I are the only ones left
40 years
in the world that know what that
I sent him the little commercial link on Twitter, but he gave me the approval. He said I can call him the Weeble, but that's a perfect example. Herter hands it off to Molesky again.
Right up the middle. You know,
8 yards.
He's a little bit bigger than our backs have been in recent years, and you know, it reminds me a little bit of the Hanrahan boy a few years ago.
I never really got a chance to watch, but I know he had some big games. I think.
Yeah, but he was an up the middle kind of a guy without the breakaway speed. You know, Eddie Lopez had that breakaway speed, and
Molesky is deceivingly quick, and he has good vision. He knows when to bounce it out, when to go up the middle. He'll explode out of the pack when you least expect it. I mean,
he had the 87-yarder last week against the Holliston Panthers, right?
I'll tell you what, I expected Clockers to put a 5-handle up on the scoreboard tonight.
Ooh.
Still trying to go. He gets a half a yard. So
I don't think he got there.
No. 3rd and 1. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Who took that one? 40.
That's Gigliotti.
Okay.
You'll see Gigliotti run the sweep a lot. Number 22, Jake Rimza, comes in. I asked if they had a nickname for Luke Herter. They said the Big Hurt, but we can't. Yeah. That's Frank Thomas.
Yeah, right. There's only one Big Hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
The Little Hurt.
So Ethan Antonuk, the up back, Molesky deep. Herter keeps it.
Quarterback sneak.
Patriot style, Rob.
Yeah.
When you get close, just let the quarterback take it, especially when it's a kid like Herter.
Yeah, he's a tall kid, physical.
Well, he's just a player, you know.
Exactly. He plays both sides of the ball.
Has to. We need him on defense, too.
Yeah. Matt Gillis coming to the sidelines. He's been having some...
You know, I was thinking, Rob, The Clockers only lost 1 game in 3 years.
I know that.
2 games, right? 2 games in 3 years. Hopkinton on Thanksgiving.
If you want to count that,
yeah.
But, and then it was the Holliston one in the spring. It's pretty incredible.
And I was also thinking they're the defending Super Bowl champions. Although everything's been mixed.
Herder looking deep. He finds Keegan Weiss over the middle.
Boy, did Keegan adjust to that ball beautifully.
It was a little behind him.
Just couldn't keep it.
Keegan Weiss, incomplete.
But if Westwood gives him that much time to throw, it's going to be a fun game for the Clockers.
So Troutman comes out. Herder's number 2. Troutman number 3. Molesky's number 23. And the other back who's had the ball tonight, Gigliotti, is number 40.
Yes.
Our wide out here.
Down at the bottom, I think that's Jake Rimza. And Max, Palin at the top of the screen.
Rimza wears 22.
And there's Molesky. You just can't bring him down by yourself.
Westwood got a real education on this first drive.
When you get a chance, you look in your binoculars. Got to look at the legs on Molesky. It reminds me of Barry Sanders. Unbelievable. And kudos to Molesky because he has been working out in the summer. He worked out all last year. He works out, on the weekends. So he's earned everything that he's getting, all these accolades. Player of the week, 1 week he's been nominated, 3 out of the 4. The 1 week they didn't nominate him, they just felt like, hey, we can't nominate him every week. Let's get some other people.
I think he had 200 yards last week.
I had him at 196. Last week against 160 maybe. He's going to throw. Throws in the flat to Matt Gillis. This turns on the Jets.
Boy, he was open.
Pick up a 31. They love that.
And Gillis knew what to do with it.
Gillis is not afraid of the contact. He's deceivingly quick.
Great yak.
Yeah. Had a lot of that this year. Troutman broke a 62-yarder a couple weeks ago against Bellingham to start the scoring. And it was a 1-yard pass play. And then a couple huge blocks by his offensive line. Opened it up, took it to the house. 5:38 to go, first quarter. Ashland into the Marathon Deli red zone.
Molesky by himself. Herder wants to pass.
Great job. Touchdown, Clockers.
Is it right on the line? Is it incomplete? What's the call?
Pass is complete. No, incomplete.
Yeah.
Hit the dirt.
I didn't have the binoculars up.
Couldn't see it.
Second and 10. From the 12.
I go. So Herder.
Now it's second and long, Rob. It's a little different situation.
Yeah, I think they'll
but
give it
it's 4 down territory.
Herder finds a hole. Still not down. The yardage wasn't huge. It was about 3 yards.
Gain of 2.
But again, you'll see that often. He didn't even get tackled.
It's going to require about 3 to bring him down. 3 Wolverines at least. Wolverines are, he's gone mostly up the middle. He's gone completely up the middle and off tackle. I would hate to see him outside against defensive backs trying to bring him down if they sweep him. And the defensive backs have to come up to bring him down. What is he?
Yeah, he's lined up next to Herder.
By himself in the backfield. Modified shotgun. It's a pass.
Pass intended for Weiss. No good. See if they bring on John Gillia. This is well within his range. 27 here he comes.
He's going to get a chance.
In comes John Gillia for a field goal attempt.
Be a 27-yard field goal attempt for John Gillia.
With 8 yards to go.
He's been pretty
Snapping.
pretty automatic as well on the extra points. He had the unfortunate missed field goal in regulation at the end of the game last week.
That's 31-yarder.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but he was 6 for 6 the week before on extra points. And that one looks good.
I think he's got it. Yes.
And the kick is good.
Hey, very nice job.
Kid's got a good leg.
Pro style.
Yeah, Philip Bork on the snap, and I think it was Jack McGough on the hold, one of the backup quarterbacks. Clockers have 2 backup quarterbacks, McGough, the senior, and Pat Twinnell's Ryan's younger brother.
He's had some great moments this season.
Yeah, what's been nice with some of these blowout wins is they've been able to get some of the reserves in there and let them get some quality playing time, which
what a strange ending to that Holliston game last week in Holliston.
I was there.
A touchdown was scored in overtime to give Ashland an apparent 20-14 win, but there was a flag on the play.
Yeah, and I watched the replay probably 20 times, and I couldn't tell. It didn't look like it was on the pass. It looked like it maybe somewhere on the line, maybe a hold, or, maybe lined up offside. I don't know, but.
A brief conference, which seemed like an eternity, and then they picked it up.
But the thing that really frustrated, onside kick.
Whip kick out of bounds.
That's a penalty.
And Peter Gigliotti with a good effort to chase that one down.
He gave it everything he had, but that ball was bouncing.
Clockers haven't done a lot of trick plays, I think, because they've never known who they were facing, and if they've just been playing solid football, and they haven't needed to do that. They're like, let's play our game. But I think they're trying to maybe figure out a couple things. And
5 yards from where it went out of bounds. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that something new?
From where the ball went out of bounds. So now
I've never seen that before. That
they look as
rule.
confused. Wait, they're talking about it?
49-yard line.
So what I'm looking at is Coach McKay. Coach McKay doesn't look upset about the ball placement, so I'm guessing
he'd be going hysterical if there was no such.
He probably knows every rule that's
great field position. I think part of the reason that Ashland was willing to try the onside kick was because they handled Westwood so good on their first possession.
Oh, definitely.
Not much imagination there.
No, and it's Pat Deloria's first on the tackle, number 51. And Luke Herter and Leo Bovenschultz.
Now, who's got the pink T-shirt underneath his uniform?
51 is Pat Deloria's, and that's his dad in the corner there, one of the assistant coaches.
These colored T-shirts. I noticed it on the Juden on the Patriots.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I think the whole student section.
It's a great way. To pay a tribute and also to get yourself noticed.
The pitch. Oh, he found some space, and
there's the play.
The first down.
Well blocked. Westwood has their first down of the game.
Westwood first down.
2 guys handling Dylan Drozik, number 59.
Now Westwood's feeling a lot better about themselves. A first down and a nice play, their first real positive play from scrimmage.
3-0 here at Ashland High School. 2:42 to go in the first quarter. The Wolverines look to throw it downfield. Single coverage.
It was great coverage.
Good coverage by Weiss, definitely.
He couldn't even get by. The receiver couldn't even find a path to the ball. Tremendous coverage.
40-yard line.
Who was that?
Keegan Weiss?
Yeah.
Number 8.
Coverage.
Yeah, he's emerged as a solid player on, again, both sides of the ball, receiving and defensively. It's Troutman back there at safety. Gigliotti's had a few interceptions. That one looks...
That's the same play that went for a first down to the opposite side, and the clock is all over it.
Yeah, they got penetration through the line and just kind of shut it down.
I guess they got to pass. I guess you have to pass 3rd and 9. Unless they think they're going to try 2 plays here. They might try that exact same play to the other side. Let's see.
Ashland's been great at making adjustments to, you know.
Well, you know, I always felt that Coach McKay subscribes to that theory that you're a new team every week on offense and defense.
Yeah. So they got 3 receivers lined up to the left. The big guy isolated down the bottom. They're going to go to the 3 underneath. And right there to wrap them up is Jake Rimza with Jake Troutman.
Tackled by Jake Rimza.
It's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it, right, Bob?
I think so. That play, if the other receiver had thrown a block instead of just fading into the background.
Yeah, the quarterback did what he had to do. The receiver did what he had to do. And
there was another receiver right there. If he could just nicked one of the clockers, maybe they could have made something. Now it's 4th down, and it looks like about 4-ish. Let's see. They can run or pass, so the clockers have to be on their toes. They set up in a run formation, in my opinion. Let's see what they do.
Another high snap.
Deep.
Throws it
over
down.
The middle.
Yeah, missed him.
He went over the middle. You know, he was open. He was open, Rob.
He was open, and he had time.
He got a little excited and rifled it.
So once again, the Clockers, as they've done all year, bend but don't break, and still zeros on the board for the opponent. With 39 seconds to go, the Clockers will take over on their 33-yard line, 34-yard line maybe, according to the scoreboard.
It's better than when they started on their last drive, which went all the way to the 10 and produced a field goal.
I had Westwood, I had the Clockers favored by 21 tonight, so Westwood keeping it close. And
hand off to Molesky.
There goes Molesky.
Whoa! Maybe if he went outside, but he stayed the course. A couple of defensive backs
seems like,
and a linebacker wrestle him down. A big, big gain from the 34.
He needs to wear a tighter jersey. Every tackle that's been made tonight against him, they've had his jersey from behind.
It's a 24-yard run. 24-yard run.
We'll see if we get one play off. 14 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter.
They will get it off. There it is.
Hand off to Gigliotti. And he moves the pile for 5 yards.
That's the first down yardage you want. At least 5.
Yep, brings it inside the Westwood 40-yard line down to the 37.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And 1 quarter in the books.
Ashland 3.
Nothing.
Westwood
And,
nothing. Tonight's game being played on October 15th, 2021.
At this time, we'd like to say good luck.
A beautiful day and a beautiful night in the clock town. It's about 65 degrees at game time.
Congratulations to the golf
Yep.
team.
On October 15th, you can't do much better than that, Rob.
And we'll compete in the state tournament on Tuesday.
I'm Rob Silver, and I have Bob Thacker back up here tonight. It's good to have you back, Bob.
Thank you, Rob. I've been dying to see the team.
For the link to the Family ID registration site.
Tough wins, some good wins, some easy wins, some tough wins, but good football every week. That's what I've been seeing. And good performances every week. I try to watch the highlights on Max Preps. But if you want to see a great recap of the Holliston game, Believe it or not, on the Metro West Daily News site, they have a video
Yeah, Tommy
story.
Castle did a great job with splicing in.
I love the last scene when the Clockers rush the field when that flag gets picked up. Shot from behind the end zone. Oh, we're in the war.
Their wing T formation.
Oh, is that what we call it?
That's what
Hollister
Mark
calls
Drozek,
it the war?
Yeah, Mark Drozek. I call it the squish because they're all squished together. But
they used that last week against Hollister.
Yeah. So they faked it.
He carries it. He gets met. A flag.
Yeah, that's.
But there's a flag on the play.
Didn't seem like there was time for a hold. Did he give a face mask? He did kind of end up in a weird position, Herder.
Official was only about 2 feet away when he tossed that flag.
Now he's asking the other guy. Let's see. It was a face mask.
He saw it.
Westwood.
It's hard to believe anyone had time to yank it. They usually require a little bit of a yank, don't they, Rob?
Face mask, a 5-yard penalty, not 15. Resulting in a first down, Ashland.
Something just odd about that whole thing. First of all, it was only 8 yards. We were under the impression there's no automatic first down. If it was a personal foul, that's one thing, but.
Get the shift.
Yeah, that's the first time they've done that this season.
A new team every week.
Gigliotti.
Man in motion.
But Molesky gets it. Puts his head down. Still going. Pick up of 17 yards.
He's a machine.
They are moving the chains. That must be an Ashland first down. First and 10 from the 13.
I want to thank our crew tonight. We have Mackie Kotob, Nick Cunningham, Justin O'Brien, the new guy.
Justin O'Brien.
Yeah. And Paul Bowden running the show downstairs.
Mr. Big.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't get out that often. This is a big game. This is a special occasion.
Look at the genius of Paul Bowden tonight, producing and directing tonight's broadcast, live streaming on Facebook, I guess, and YouTube, and I think it's on Hulu too.
Molesky gets the carry.
Jeez, I thought Luke
breaks through.
For a second, I thought Luke kept that. And I saw a path
it was
to the corner of the end zone.
8 yards, 7 yards.
8 yards, and it's second down and 2.
Clockers can get a first down without putting it in. Westwood back in the heels. They got to strip this ball, or they're going to be down by at least 9 points.
Pitch to Gigliotti, who's going to waltz into the end zone.
You know, you can't really strip the ball if you don't touch the running back. So, you know, the Clockers' offensive line is just moving them out.
I can't tell you how many times they've waltzed in. I say waltz because that's what it is, untouched. That offensive line.
That's great blocking.
Yeah, that offensive line. Drozek, Deloriers, Jared Canning's been in there.
It's nice to have a great offensive line and a running backs that can break tackles.
Good snap. Faked it. Was it? It's a
two
to Liam Fleming. We're good.
Boy, did he sell that, huh?
He did.
Did they sell that extra point? Man. Timeout on the field. 10:15 to go until halftime. Ashland 11 and Westwood nothing.
10 minutes left in the second quarter.
Not exactly as dramatic as the Eagles' two-point conversion late in the game the other night.
Wasn't that? I couldn't even understand that.
That's such the big thing nowadays, and I still don't get it.
Because the extra point is so difficult, or more difficult now.
A little bit.
You still make it 95%, aren't they?
I don't know. And then they're talking statistically. You know,
go for two before you have to.
But then what doesn't come into play is when they do the statistics is how efficient is your offense. If you suck at getting the ball in from the 2.5, 3 yard line, then the statistics are not the same for you as they are for you know, a team like Tampa Bay that, you know, can get two yards in their sleep.
Well, you know, there was still quite a bit of time left. So I suppose it opened up the possibility of 2 field goals tying the game. Of course, they didn't know that they were never going to get the ball back.
Well, I wasn't upset. I was on the underside of the
Tom
picture.
Tom took it all the way to the 2-yard
that
line.
was perfect. John Giglia again with a huge boot. Touchback, his 3rd or 4th touchback of the season.
No return.
65 yards in the air. Woo!
And they can't give the wind any credit on that one. No breeze tonight.
They kick off from the 40 in high school football.
Yes.
Which used to be where they kicked off at all levels. But now in college, I think it's the 35. And the pros are also the 35? Yeah.
I believe so.
Or the 30.
I think it's the 35.
Yeah. So,
so 11-0. Westwood needs to figure out, again, like we said, the defense.
They're showing pass, 4 wideouts, straight back.
That's the one they tried to get on 4th down to number 17.
Just the yardage they needed to on that 4th down. Look at that.
Thomas Payne.
He's
Kane, excuse me, Thomas Kane. That's Brendan Donegan, the quarterback. Try and get some of the Westwood Wolverine names for you. Oh, bad snap, and Donegan's just got a fall on it.
Recovered by Westwood.
We like to have the rosters of both teams so that we can call.
Right, and give the recognition to kids on both sides.
Exactly, you have to.
Yeah.
You can't just say Westwood does this and Westwood does that, but we're stuck tonight. We didn't get a roster, and I have one on my phone, but it's not of the size that I can read easily.
Right, it's a rotary phone that you ripped off the wall.
Even
Donegan throws deep to the sideline, and it's Weiss, the only one that had a chance for it.
Even with my eagle eyesight, that's kind of tough.
Yeah, and you don't have any grippy thing on there either. That thing could go flying.
I know it broke.
I'm worried about the fans below us. They might
Thomas Kane is 17 now.
Yes.
Who do you say the quarterback is?
12. Donegan, do we say?
You say he's number
Brendan.
12. Brendan. There's 2 Donegans. Andrew's
Brendan,
9.
yeah, Brendan Donegan, number 12.
And he's a captain, along with Mark Holmesy, 14. He might be a back. We'll look.
So it's 4th and 6th, and looks
Too
like
deep in their own territory.
They're going to punt.
They're in what they used to call deep punt formation.
And it's Donegan.
Clock is
Had
itching for a return. He drives it right at him, but not catchable easily.
No.
So they let it bounce.
So we want to just take a moment to thank our sponsors. Once again, Marathon Deli.
Those guys, I love those guys.
What did you get tonight?
I got my
Italian.
That's
I thought it was you. I didn't. When I saw the phone number,
I just can't resist. Everything's good though, as you know.
Ashland, first down.
I like the Mayflower.
28 yards.
You know.
But it's too close to Thanksgiving. You know.
Yep. Clockers have the Thanksgiving Day game at home this year, and we will be covering it. Clockers on a 2-game homestand here. Norwood next week, a big game. They were co-champs last year with Ashland. And I guess, was Halston also a co-champ or not?
Last year, yeah. Officially that's
three-way
how they...
tie, yeah. But Ashland beat both of the, beat Norwood to...
Molesky breaks free.
To cost them the outright championship.
Still going there. I thought he was down after 10, but he gets another yard or 2. 12 yards on the carry to the 40. He wasn't touched until 8 yards deep on the carry.
40-yard line.
He likes the contact. He doesn't know what to do if nobody's in front of him. He looks for the person.
Yeah, he's got to have about 75 yards already.
He may. I thought
he had a 24-yard run. His first run was 15.
Yeah. The yards add up. So it rolls out. He's got 3 receivers. He's looking. Throws underneath to Troutman, who gets hit immediately. But it's still 6 yards.
Nice read by Luke.
Yeah,
his deep receivers were covered, and he dumped it off.
He took what he had to, yeah. I think it was number 29, George Maroon, on the tackle.
2nd and 3.
Gave him 7 yards on that.
He's also a captain. You can see why on that hit.
And if you watch some of the old game film, Bob, because I'm sure you will this week now that they have your interest, Herta rolls to his left just as often he does to his right, and he's pretty adept with the throws. It's Molesky.
Yeah.
A disappointing 4 yards and a first down.
They had him, Rob. That didn't have to be a first down. You just can't bring him down in time. I see that as a first down, and it is.
They're moving the chains, ladies and
7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
First down.
And I'm not sure if they're sponsoring us tonight, but nobody told them, but your fans, Technoplex Flexibles, still been supporting us this year.
I was just in there this week.
Did you get a shirt?
Well, I know. I actually got a couple of flexibles. Got one for my wife.
That's good. One for the boat, one for the car.
They're very flexible.
Yeah, but they've been supporting us since last year, all the sports, and we thank them for their generosity. As they hand off to Gigliotti, gets the outside.
Hand off to Gigliotti.
Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside. Gigliotti, as you say, seems to go wider. And Molesky seems to go up the middle.
So they keep Molesky and Gigliotti in. Ethan Antonuk looks like he has the cast off of his hand, which is good to see.
We go under 6 minutes left in the half. 11-0 Ashland.
That 5 handle may not be attainable that I was talking about for Ashland.
Oh, you know the power ratings. You know how they?
Yes.
The rankings. I found out something else interesting.
The 14 points.
Yes, the
maximum.
The difference.
Yes, the differential
is a big factor.
Herta fakes to Gigliotti.
Oh, he was open. He overthrew him. The point differential in your wins is very important.
Yes.
Also, your opponent's record is very important, but it's maxed out. The differential is maxed out at 14. So a 15-point win is the same as a 14-point win.
Or 30, as they've had a couple times. Right.
Yes.
And what's interesting
Good
is
rule.
I think it's a great rule, but you don't know exactly your power rank until the season plays out a little bit more, because you beat a Holliston
you can
team
go up,
early,
you can go
and if
up
Holliston
and down.
never wins again and ends 1-7, it kind of
you can go up and down.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is to win all your games, as Ashland has done so far.
5-0, looking to go 6-0 tonight and stay undefeated, with Norwood coming in next week. Off to a very good start here in the first half.
And it's Molesky tripping over his own player, actually.
Is that a foot short?
Yeah, I think it is short.
Well,
fourth and a half.
Unexpected.
4th and inches, folks.
I'm going to let you make the play call, Bob. What are you calling?
I'm a little bit afraid of the quarterback sneak here for some reason.
Right,
because of Molesky's ability to carry tacklers. It doesn't seem like they could stop him this close.
The quarterback keeper has been so effective. There it is.
Easy.
That's how they.
Look at this, almost a touchdown. Wow.
Quarterback sneak.
You don't see the quarterback sneak go for 8 yards that often.
They just keep the legs churning. You got people pushing you behind.
Who's our center?
We have.
What a
that's
job.
a great question. I think it looks like. Is it number
74 is Michael D'Souza. He's in there.
Yeah, 55 is 55 Hunter Roby.
Hunter Roby's in there. Let's see.
It is. Looks like Pat Deloria, 51, is the snapper.
Yep.
And I guess they have 3 different ones. You know, it's Philip Bork on the extra points, and I'm not sure who it is on the punts, but I don't think it is the same. Herder has Troutman open. Oh, it was actually Antonuk.
That was decent coverage, and I think Luke did the right thing. You know, that ball could not be intercepted.
I think he actually threw the ball a little late, to be honest with you. It gave the Westwood defender time to close on it. He was open before that. But, you know, he hasn't had a ton of opportunity to really throw the ball downfield.
But you don't want an interception under any circumstances, with the game pretty much under control here in the early going, at least.
Right. And running the ball at will. 2nd and 10. Molesky.
Yeah, they stop him, but he gets through again. Holy cow. Stopped for no gain.
And then 7, 8 yards out.
Somebody's got to get low, Rob, and cut his legs out from under him. You can't tackle him up here high on the body.
No, and if he's standing up, the line just gets behind and pushes the pile.
You got to take his legs out. You got to take his legs out from under him. Somebody's got a submarine.
So it's 3rd and 3. It's Antonuk up the up back, and Molesky. Gigliotti in motion. Pitches to Gigliotti. He's able to break it.
They had him.
They did.
He broke that tackle. That's all he needed to do to get the first down, and plenty more.
The other thing about this team, as we tick down to 3 minutes, is they played very clean game, just as they have the last couple of years. Very few penalties on Ashland, and their takeaway ratio very solid. They're great at protecting the ball. I think there's been maybe one or a couple interceptions, but for the amount of times they've run the ball, they've done an incredible job in keeping it safe.
It's a first down play coming up.
Herder. Got Troutman and
got him! He threaded the needle. What a pass and what a catch. Perfect play. 12 yards. Herder to Troutman. 17-0 with the extra point coming up. You know, Westwood's been playing a little bit tougher against the run recently. Now they got something else to worry about. Perfect play calling by Coach McKay and his staff.
Look at that.
Perfect.
I mean, that's good from 40 yards.
He almost hit the school.
Yeah.
2:54 left in the half. Ashland, 18. Westwood Wolverines, 0.
Coach McKay very lucky to have such an extensive staff, you know?
Well, you know what it is he's done a great job in developing the program at all levels. So we were at the middle school Wednesday doing our Clocker Talk show. We have to have you on as a guest, Josh and I, where we do some, every couple weeks we do some highlights, recap, and
who puts that together, the video?
Oh, Josh, and it's Allison, and Allison Rose has done the majority of it with Connor
puts the
Donovan.
video together?
She does, she does all the editing, and Connor does it as well.
Do you write a script?
Yeah, we kind of write our own thing.
Yeah.
I've been doing volleyball, football, and field hockey, and cross country, and he does the soccer and golf. But as
how do you
Julia,
do cross country? Do you run with the kids?
You know something? It's funny you say that because one of the moms, who's an assistant coach, actually wrote this nice text message of the summary, and I just read it verbatim because it was so well written. Emily Riley, because I want to thank her again, as Westwood looks to return this kick. Get back to the 23. But what I was going to say, we were at the middle school, and there was a middle school game going on, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, Ashland playing Hopkinton. Coach McKay and his coaches were all there to kind of support the, the younger kids. and there was probably 10 or so of the varsity players as well, just standing up behind them on the sidelines to show their support and cheer them on. So it's McKay and the whole philosophy, mentality that he's instilled from the ground up, and all these coaches.
Andrew's a 2002 graduate of Ashland High.
And this is his 12th year.
Imagine that.
As the head coach.
I was young when he started.
You're still young, Bob.
Thank
Still
you.
young. Oh, another high snap. Oh, that's Anthony!
Yes! A pick six.
Ethan Antonuck on senior night.
A dream come true. Number 4, the senior, Ethan Antonuck. It just fell into his arms, and nobody between him and the goal line. Who had the big hit?
It was Dylan Drozek.
Yeah, excellent
Number
hit.
59.
Man, 23-0, point after coming. Clock is dominating the first half here at Cunis Field.
So again, Gillia
Westwood reeling.
Extra point. The hold by McGough, and Gillia crushes it through the uprights.
Excitement on the Ashland bench.
So as soon as I said that 5 handle may be off the table, they must be piped in, because they put 15 points on the board. Actually, they put 22 points on the board in
now,
no
by
time.
a 5 handle, do you mean a 50? Yeah.
I think we're going
It
to
would
see a
have
50
to be
tonight.
plays like that, because Coach McKay will not score 50.
Well, so I'm with you there.
Yeah.
He would not do it with his first, with the first stringers, but he would put in the second string, especially, some of these second stringers are seniors, so senior night.
Yeah, it could happen.
And,
it could happen.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I was talking to Matt Gillis. I'm like, how do you get up for a game? They get up for every game. I'm like,
excitement on the bench, because everyone's saying we're getting in tonight. We can get in tonight. Yeah. If this trend continues, we're all going to play.
Exactly.
How much time? What's left?
Yeah, not much. 2.5, 2:35. Do you have room up there? Do you have room up there to the left? We're usually at the fence.
I know it. I don't know why I'm back here.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think you're caught a little bit.
Tethered
you know what? That's here.
Okay. I'm afraid of the camera, too.
Kickoff by John Gillian. No return. Touchback.
No return this time again.
20-yard line.
Man, does that boy kick the ball. And he's a senior.
Good weapon.
And again, do I remember him from last year?
I think he kicked a little.
He wasn't our kicker last year, was he?
He was. He was.
Okay.
We had lost to Gostinelli in
I remember that. Yep.
2020 graduating class.
Yes. He did a great job, man. That Super Bowl season.
And
he
Gillia
did not miss.
Nope. And Gillia was good last.
And we scored a lot of touchdowns. He had a lot of chances.
Yeah, actually. There's another one.
That's their play.
Incomplete.
Off the hands of 14.
Number 14, Mark Homsey.
Mark Homsey, the senior captain. The intended receiver there. A lot of the Super Bowl team, I saw at the Holliston game. Dom Cavanaugh was there. Jeff Dollaway I saw.
What a season. And, of course, they didn't have a Super Bowl last year. The clock is played in March and April, I guess it was, of this year, 2021. And it was only 5 games, but, boy, was it fun. It was a very enjoyable. We only played
5 games.
We only played our Tri-Valley League opponents, our 5 Tri-Valley League opponents, 16 league, of course. And that made it even better.
It was fun. It was fun almost just as much because it was just we were so happy to be playing. That made it fun.
Happened to be outside.
Another high snap, some pressure over the middle.
Oh.
A little behind his intended receiver, number 15. That was Jack McDaniels.
Jack McDaniels.
I'm going to keep this over.
4th down.
So that only took 15 seconds, those 3 plays. Clockers are going to have a chance to put another 30-point number on before the half if things go according to our plans.
Yes, I understand Westwood's behind, but they got to mix it up. You can't pass on every down. And it looks like their receivers are a little skittish all of a sudden.
Oh, he snapped that, bounced that one into the...
Good kicker. Jeez, Trout, is that?
It's Troutman.
He hasn't been able to handle one.
No, I think it's
we're just avoiding him. We just don't need the turnover.
Yeah, I think it's a smart play. But that's a couple. We'll fix your cord at the.
2 minutes left in the half.
That's the second or third snap on the punt that they've skipped into the punter Donegan, and he's done a good job because he's a quarterback. He's used to handling that.
He kicks it in the vicinity of the back, you know, but
sometimes they.
Usually you drill it off to the side. The last thing you want is it returned.
I think he's just been trying to get it out
just
there.
Happy to get it anywhere, right?
So let's see if Molesky can maybe break one before the half. He's had a lot of 15, like you said, a number of 15 yards.
25-0, the out pass.
Pass to Jake Keaveney.
And that's going to go nowhere.
He stayed on his feet, but he paid the price.
I'm wondering if
Jacob Jr.
if he had a little more room, if that might have even been a halfback option.
Yeah, it gives him a chance to touch the ball, make a play.
Yeah. So, yet to throw to Palin, who was the on the receiving end of the winning touchdown last week.
Right now. Whoa!
Drops it over to Molesky.
Screen pass
got
to
some room.
Did that work perfectly? Perfectly executed screen.
19. We remember that one from the Super Bowl. Remember they did that play on 3rd and 10 to Jake Merlone? Flipped the field position. That was part of the...
that was Jake's biggest play of the year.
Yeah.
Man.
They didn't score on that drive, but it flipped the field position and ultimately led to...
We needed it.
Ashland getting a little pressure off of their defense.
So. Has Luke run the ball this year?
Luke Herter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the ground.
Design plays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Not that often. I mean,
Don was great at that.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't trust him not to run. And
Molesky is head and shoulders above. Well, not, but I mean, before they had 3 or 4 running backs that were good, and Kavanaugh was just as good as any of them. Herter as a running back, probably not as good as Gigliotti or Molesky.
No.
And who needs to take the hits and risk
Right. Oh, my God. You're right.
Because actually, Herter did kind of get his ankle rolled up on at the end of the half. I forget. I think it was again. It might have been Bellingham or the Concord Carlisle game. But he was coming out anyways. But that's what happens sometimes when you're in those piles. Steps up.
There he goes.
You go. Herter's going to take it, run with it.
He knows what to do.
He does.
That's a 20-plus yard gain. Luke Herter.
Yeah. And I think it was Rimza or Palin that was out there blocking for him. Realizing that Herter had taken off.
That was another thing I noticed in those rankings of all the new divisions and everything. Fenwick, the team we beat in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, is now a division below us.
I did see that.
I didn't like that. Because we were fairly evenly matched.
Troutman on the screen, cuts it back inside, and gets about 8 or 9. Timeout, Ashland.
Timeout, Ashland.
So they're going to work on their 2-minute drill.
Ball spotted.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's still the first half.
18-yard
It's not 40-0. It's only 25. It's only, what, a little more than 3 possessions, as they say.
But unless something crazy happens, Ashland will once again shut their opponent out at home. A combined score in 4 home games this year, 111-0.
In the first half.
In the first half.
This is our 4th home game, and I guess got 2 left, 1 on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but a big one against Norwood next week. And
it's homecoming.
Norwood plays, I think they either play Hopkinton or Holliston tomorrow on a Saturday game in Norwood. I may go to that game. I think it's actually against Holliston.
After Norwood, Ashland will play at Medfield High. And that's their last game before Thanksgiving. But right now they're in very good shape to make the playoffs, and there will be more games. 16-team playoff field.
Herder's got time, steps up, finds Rimza over the middle, breaks a tackle.
He took it in! He took it in! Oh, he wanted that touchdown, Rob. He was not going to be denied. Perfect pass, but he had to make 5 tough yards on his own.
So Rimza, more known for his skills on the basketball court, is kind of new to football over the last couple of years. And from what the coaches have said, he's worked so hard, smart kid, listens, is very coachable. And if you saw over in the corner, the coaches that are up on the roof were just as excited as he was for that touchdown. It may have been his first of the season. Oh!
Something went wrong there, Rob.
No good.
Yep.
Something went wrong there.
Combination of some penetration or
had to be the hold.
Off.
Had to be the hold, yeah.
All right, we'll blame it on Jack McGough.
Because the ball
seemed like
weakly and sideways.
Yeah. But anyways, 29 seconds to go, 31-0.
You know, the extra point is at least a 3-person function. You know, it's the center, the holder, and the kicker. And the offensive line's going to be in there somewhere too. So it's not just the kicker.
One of the things I noticed this year, and I've commented on it before, Philip Bork with the snapper on the extra points, very crisp. Last year it seemed like, I don't know, you know, who it was or what, but it just didn't feel like, almost felt like you had to wait for the ball to get there. And you see that a lot. Actually, Holliston's kicker, same thing. You know, their snapper. But this Philip Bork is...
It's a little bit of confidence, you know.
I was just going to say, you have to realize that...
It's not that easy to snap that ball crisply and hardly to the holder.
But like everything, they practice. So
bouncer.
Little...
Oh, touched and covered. I don't blame him. He was going to get hammered if he ever tried to turn that thing upfield.
Yeah, that was number 50, Max Bowl, the freshman.
20-odd seconds left. I don't know, Rob. Do you throw one downfield? Or you just go in the locker room? Or
I think you just
take the knee. Of course, the visiting
knee.
teams don't even go in the locker room here. It's just too far away. But let's see.
Well, they go off in the corner of the end zone.
Dark corner of the end zone.
The only time they get to go in the end zone without being on defense.
I've seen a little skittishness in the Westwood receivers last time, and the quarterback has to be a little skittish after throwing the pick 6 on the deflection. Well, actually, it wasn't a deflection. He was just about to be tackled.
Seems like if he didn't rifle the things as hard as he did, his receivers might have a chance. They do run it, and that's going to be Dylan Drozek on the tackle.
Tackle by number 59, Dylan Drozek.
Get a little extra from the PA announcer because that's his son.
Is that right?
Very excited,
yeah.
so
What's his name? Mark Drozek. Yeah. Mark's been very enthusiastic at public address.
He does a great job. It's all new to him. And
he's.
I chat with Mark, and he gives me some insight during the week, and he'll watch the game with Dylan and, you know, critique each other.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So
it's halftime at Ashland High School at Cunis Field. It's Ashland 31 and Westwood nothing. The second half is coming up 15 minutes or so, and we'll be back.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap, as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
Back for the second half, 31-0. Ashland over Westwood. All Ashland in the first half at Cunis Field. An exciting halftime. A performance by the cheerleaders. I don't understand why they just do one routine.
That's been
the
your
custom,
pet peeve of yours for ever since you and I started announcing games.
But Ashland Youth Football Night here at Cunis Field. Very exciting. Thousands of kids on the field. Very exciting.
All different ages, from like first grade through fifth, sixth
And they
grade.
did a little clinic. They ran plays, went out for passes. It was nice.
And
we're underway. It's a poocher. It's returnable. Oh, he hurdled one.
That's Liam Fleming. Liam Fleming was on the receiving end of that two-point conversion on the first score of the night, first touchdown of the night for Ashland. But it actually was
he wrote those James Bond novels.
Right, I know. Every time I announced the JV game last spring.
I didn't know he was so young.
And double three, not 007, 3.
003. He asked for 007, but they wouldn't give it to him.
Right. I think that was retired.
Ashland with the ball to start the second half. And the horse fights for 5. As we said in the first half, Westwood's been a little tougher against the run in the second quarter, which is, they're making the Clockers really work for those yards now.
Yeah.
But Herder has flipped that with his passing.
Yeah, Molesky, the last few games, has broken huge runs. He had a 85-yarder against Bellingham, and last week 72 yards, I think, against Holliston. They've kind of kept him in check. I mean, he's still over 100 yards, probably about 110, 120, but, 15, 10.
They've been getting a little tough.
Pitch it to Molesky. Nowhere, but he finds some space. Gets about 3, maybe.
Yeah. The Clockers are, let's see what they do on third down. I'm saying they're in 4-down territory with a 31-0 lead. October 15th, 2021, Ashland and Westwood from Cunis Field. Bob Thacker and Rob Silver with you on WACA-TV, live on Facebook and YouTube.
So you say it's 4-down territory, but with a 31-0 lead.
You have a luxury. You don't have to. You don't have to try to pin them inside the 10.
No, I'm just saying from a running up the score type of thing. I think they give their starters this one possession. Maybe it is 4 downs for that reason, and then they'll bring in some of the
No, I don't think
reserves.
it's running up the score. I mean, Westwood stops you. They take over in good field position. Good luck to them. But they got to stop you. Right up the middle.
Explosive
the
run.
one you were waiting for.
Come on, Andrew. He's in.
Ask and you shall receive.
Touchdown, Andrew Molesky.
About 45 yards, Rob. That puts him over 150 tonight.
Unbelievable.
Scored.
And you were talking earlier, maybe not as explosive as an Eddie Lopez, but I disagree. When he gets out in the open, he is quick. And I think it's a deceiving quickness.
Well, Eddie was small. It made him look faster.
Right, that's why people.
Merlone was
that's
small.
why people think I'm quick.
Yeah, Merlone was small. And Merloni's dad was small, and he was one of the best backs we ever had.
So, 9:55 to go in the third quarter. Ashland takes it.
9 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter.
Where they go? About 60-something yards, 70 yards, and capped off by the Andrew Molesky 43-yard run.
Yeah, we started on our own 45 on that pooch kick that was handled clean in the air.
Oh yes, by Liam.
Yeah.
Fleming.
But that was a 1, 2. What was that? Was that a 4-play drive or a 3-play drive? Was that a third down play? Yeah. Man, it happened fast.
Yeah, because we were talking about it.
It happened fast, yeah.
And it is senior night here at Ashland High School.
All the seniors will be playing tonight.
And
it's just what you want on senior night, a game like this.
Molesky is approaching, and this is game 6, approaching 1,000 yards on the season. And like tonight, he's probably not going to see any more action because he doesn't need to.
Handled Bellingham and Holston, of course, a very close game.
Yeah, 28-0, like you said, against Concord. Was it Concord Carlisle? But it was 28-0 at the half.
Yep.
And
yep.
Back and forth. Eventually gave up with some of the reserves in there. But
what a team that Lincoln Sudbury seems to have. You know, they're in Concord Carlisle's league, and that's a league above ours. And to handle Concord Carlisle that easy, of course, again, we have no idea if any of the kids even went out for the team this year. But to handle a DCL team like that easily.
Jake Caveney on the tackle. So you're going to have to keep that roster handy, Bob, because we get some new people in.
We're all going to see them tonight. Or see them all tonight.
Yeah, we got Pat Dwinells was in earlier, I think 16. Who's number 21? Can you see on the?
Jake
Dion. Huh.
A well-known name in Ashland. I don't know whose boy he is.
That's a pitch, and Liam Fleming. Doing it on both ends with his limited playing time. I think Liam's only a junior. Double check that. 33. Yeah, he's a junior.
3rd and 4. That was a gain of 2. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, he'll probably take over a lot of the running duties next year. Looks quite capable. Good snap, but he evades the tackle and dumps it off to 29 and a first down.
Nice play by Donnelly, if that's his name.
By number 13.
29 was George Maroon on the receiving end of the
quarterback. Didn't lose his head. He stayed cool. Stayed cool and made a play.
Yeah, that was his best play of the night.
That might be Westwood's 2nd or 3rd first down of the game.
Yeah, and then I'm going to look at the defensive line for Ashland. I know John Gillia's in there. As Donegan throws out to the flat. Hits one of his favorite targets.
Oh, there he tightrope down the line. He almost had a
Mark
chance.
Holmesy.
Pass complete to number 14, Mark Holmesy.
So, biggest gain of the night for the Wolverines. Yeah. Gives them a first down in Ashland territory.
41-yard
line. It looks like Philip Bork, Jared Canning, Connor Kramer on the line there, and John Gillia.
Coach McKay has cleared his bench.
Donegan has his receiver.
Oh.
Just threw it a little behind him. That was Quinn O'Brien.
Hit him in the hands, Rob. It was behind him.
Coverage by number
But I'm
14,
sure
David Sales.
O'Brien will tell you he should have had it. Shoulda, coulda.
Yeah, he went over, turned to the wrong shoulder.
2nd and 10 for Westwood.
Quick one. Nice play. Nice first down play.
Mark
Second,
Holmesy again.
except it was a second down play. Now it's third and 3-ish. Again, 4 down territory.
2 for Westwood.
You know what I find interesting, and you could probably back me up on this. John Gillia, a lot of kickers, I know when my son was kicking, he didn't like the contact. John Gillia loves the contact. He's psyched to be out there on defense, be able to hit some people.
Years ago, the most famous kicker in pro football was a guy named Lou Groza.
The toe?
And he was known as the toe back in the days when you kicked with your toe. But Lou's position, he was an offensive lineman. That was his position.
David Sales.
That was before specialists.
I was just going to say it wasn't as specialized back
Paul
then.
Horning, of course, did everything.
George Blanda?
Did Blanda kick?
Thought he kicked.
Blanda kicked?
I thought it was a field goal. Well,
Blanda, of course,
we'll have
was a
our
quarterback.
statistician downstairs.
But Horning was a back and also did all the place kicking for the Packers.
Yeah, it was an afterthought back then.
What was his
special
nickname,
teams.
Paul Horning?
Was that the
Was he
galloping?
the golden-
The galloping ghost?
He was the golden
or
something. The golden boy.
Golden
yeah.
Girls?
Pass is complete.
I think he was a Notre Dame.
And it's a
Stop.
Westwood first down.
It's Quinn O'Brien again. This time he was able to make the reception.
Another first down for
Move the
Westwood.
chains.
Are they in a hurry up? 38-0. Westwood ready to go.
Hands it off. Fleming, Jared Canning. Got a hand on him, but it was Fleming for the most part.
Gain of 3 for Westwood.
Connor
2nd
Kramer.
and 7 from the 25.
Clock's moving though, that's good.
Yeah, the game. They got to mix it up. You got to mix the run in with the pass.
Don again.
Good play, fake deep. Jump
He
ball.
didn't turn around.
Jump ball, pass
Pass is
interference.
broken up, but there's a flag on the play.
Looks like it's defensive pass interference. We'll see.
It's 21.
Or did he push off?
Is that Dion, 21? I forget the name. Let's see what they say. Looks like they...
Only the second penalty of the night by my calculations.
He didn't turn around. That's the problem.
That
And
makes
at
it look
this level-
bad, yes.
At this level, you have to.
Pass interference on Ashland. That's a 15-yard penalty.
It's actually half the
That would be a
distance.
Westwood. First
So it was
down.
28, so they'll move it to the 14, or it was about 27, so, yeah.
Another Westwood first down. And they're in
Ball's on the 12-yard line.
they're in what I call the red zone.
12.
Yeah, the Marathon Deli red zone. Donegan looking for O'Brien.
His favorite play, but
Incomplete.
man, that was dangerously thrown.
Yeah, he could definitely see Dwinell's out of the corner of his eye. Kind of stopped his route a little bit. I think that worked out for everybody.
Let's see if they try the same play other side or if they try another jump ball in the end zone. Because 14,
Who is 21? If I was it, I just want
Jake
to. It
Dion.
was Jake Dion. Okay. Sales was 14. So they hand it off, and he's got a hole.
very close to a first.
Up the
And
middle.
down to the
Big
2.
game for Westwood.
There's number there, 23, Joey Tolley.
It's
Tody?
a first down, Westwood. And the ball is at the for
Joey Toady, the sophomore for Westwood.
first down at the 3-yard line for Westwood.
First and goal at the 3. Westwood looking for their first points of the night. It's Ashland 37-38 and Westwood nothing.
They hand it off to Toady, who's met at the line.
Wow.
A number of players, but the first contact was number 87, Connor Kramer.
Jesus.
And Jack McGough.
Backfield, good tackle by number 7, John Gilliat.
Sure, we'll give John Gillia the credit, but he just really came in and
They
cleaned it up.
They knew that play was coming, I think, huh?
.450 to go. Westwood looking to put it in the end zone for the first time tonight. Second and goal on the 3.
6-yard line.
Oh, the 6, that's right. They lost some yards.
Pass is up.
O'Brien wide open.
He couldn't
Catches
be
it.
any more open, Rob.
No, the defender turned the wrong way.
It's almost
Nick
more
Tang.
nerve-wracking for the receiver.
Yeah, because he was so wide open, and the quarterback.
He had to maintain his concentration and just
Quinn O'Brien.
catch the ball.
Yeah,
Westwood on the board, and they're going to kick it, looks like.
just shows you how skilled the first stringers are, because it takes experience. When you're in that coverage. Now they're still playing their first string Westwood on offense. And it's blocked.
Oh, it's no good.
It's no
Score
good.
stays.
It was definitely blocked. I don't know who got a hand on it, but you could hear it up here.
41 seconds left in the third quarter.
That was
Scores Ashland
Colin
38,
Roper on the extra point
Ashland
attempt.
38 and Westwood 6. And what do we got left? We got 4:31 to go in the third quarter.
Well, this should be fun. We're going to get to see Pat Dwinells. We're going to get to see Liam Fleming.
And who's the backup quarterback, Rob?
That's Dwinells and Jack McGough. They'll kind of split a little bit.
Let's
Maybe
see.
McGough tonight because it's senior night. And
Let's see what Coach McKay
McGough,
does. First things first, let's handle the kick.
Yeah. Back deep is Gigliotti and Jake Keaveney, number 11. And maybe Westwood goes onside again. Why not?
Yeah, I don't call that kick an onside kick. When you
Oh, the
yeah.
Pooch one?
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
I mean, Ashland tried the onside kick tonight. No
Yeah.
question about that.
But I think this time they will. An official onside. That definitely was one
Well,
of
it's
those
more fun to play
in-betweens.
offense. So that's what the Wolverines are looking for. The defense has had their fill tonight.
Coach McKay positioning all his players.
Not easy to handle and not handled.
But picked up after a little by Gigliotti.
Peter Gigliotti on the
And an
carry.
efficient 17 yards or so after he was able to pick that up.
Ball is spotted at the 37-yard
Yeah,
line.
an experienced player can do that.
37.
So this is kind of fun for the starters to be able to cheer on the rest of the team. So let's see, there's Philip Bohr, Canning, 69. We don't have 69 on the, no wonder you gave me the roster, because there's no 69 on here. So
I
now
see
look.
75 is out there.
Yeah, 75 is Nate Kavanaugh.
Sophomore, getting some action.
Yeah, and was there
It looks
7?
like Patrick Dwinells is going to be calling the signals. Pat is 16.
Yes, and is that Crispin behind him, number 26? Yeah, Crispin. He's had a few carries.
Jason
As we
Crispin.
said, the Clockers have opened up some
A
big
junior.
leads, which has given some of these players some time on the field already. Oh, ball's loose.
That's an
And it's
Ashland fumble.
picked
with a
up by
recovery
Westwood.
Westwood.
Was it clean?
I didn't see it. was
Seemed like it came out without much of a hit. That's why I asked,
Yeah.
did he ever have it, you know?
right. I think
Westwood
I
first
think
down.
you are correct. It something with the timing.
Not uncommon.
No, I think it could have been the run pass option or whatever it was. And
Not uncommon
tried to
when the
pull it-
backup team comes in, you know?
tried to pull it back. Yeah, Dornell's has played a lot of time at JV too, but
Oh, does he play JV?
well, not this year. Last
No,
year
yeah.
he was the guy.
Nothing more fun than JV football.
Timeout Westwood.
They play JV football on Saturday now? That's
They play it every
fantastic.
day.
Yeah,
In the spring they did it on Saturday
that's fantastic.
because I covered one of the games Saturday morning.
And when Mike,
At this time, let's give a round of
you know, years
applause
ago,
for anybody
played them on
who
Monday
ran
afternoon
the
after
Boston
school.
Marathon this past Monday.
But Saturday gives everyone a chance to go.
Quite an achievement.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Norwood plays tomorrow. They play a lot of Saturday games, and
Yep.
they played a rare, I think, Friday night game last week.
That's a Bay State League tradition. Of course, they were a member of the Bay State League for 60 years. Brad Jackson is Ashland's JV coach. John Noel is the freshman coach.
I played a round of golf with Mr. Jackson at the football tournament. Oh, there's a
What a
good job by McGough getting in the backfield.
By Jack McGough, cleaned up by number 87, Connor Kramer.
The Clocker defense gets their second tackle for a loss since coming in, the second string since coming into the ball game. Coach McKay's assistants are Matt Messer, Pete Zakilli, Mark McKay, his dad, Colin Murphy, Joe Messapelli, and Micaiah Lambert.
Oh, they got a different quarterback in there, Westwood.
So the Westwood coach clears his bench.
Incomplete pass, pressured. by
He's
number
mad at
7,
himself.
John
He
Gilliam.
did everything right except when he threw the ball, time to throw the ball.
So it is Norwood tomorrow's hosting Holliston. That should be an entertaining game. We're actually rooting now, I guess, for Holliston.
Jeez, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, bottom line, Ashland controls their own destiny, right?
Yes.
If they win out from here, they,
We're rooting for Holliston
3rd and 14 for Westwood.
unless we beat Norwood next week, and then we'll wish that they beat Holliston, right?
all right.
Trips
the
left.
Power rankings. That's right.
Trips left.
Oh, everybody
Oh,
coming.
wobbly. He out jumps. Yep.
Pass is complete.
Yeah, Sales got beat again.
Whoever wants it more on those passes gets it. Keep your eye on the ball. If you want it, you can have it. That was just thrown up there.
A lot of whistles, there's flags down. Is
Westwood's
there,
acting like this is coming back.
was he out of bounds? He's got a hat off, so I don't know if the receiver maybe ran out of bounds and came back in. Didn't seem like he was too close to the sideline, but
No. Play ball.
that could be the call.
Do you see a flag?
No, that's why I'm saying the
Yeah.
hat. If it's the hat, then that usually signals the receiver went out of bounds. He can't be.
It's a hot potato.
So yeah, the ref over by the side and then going up, and he's picking up his hat. So that's what it was. Illegal touching. So that is going to not count. It's going to come back. Lost it down. 3rd and 15. So a good break for the Ashland defense. Actually, 3rd and
There's a
20.
penalty on
A
Westwood.
big completion erased.
Yeah, it was a good job by
5
the
yard
receiver,
penalty.
kind of sticking with it.
Replay.
Coach McKay has 3 other assistants as well. Steve McKeon, Mark Steigels, and the legendary Jason Mead, the 1995 Super Bowl champion. He was the feature back on that Super Bowl winning team.
Oh, he's got some room.
He wants to run.
Good job.
He wants to run.
Who's 77? They made a nice tackle.
He didn't want to let go.
No, that was Jeff Britt.
The junior.
Jeff Britt.
And we can't forget about the celebration coach, Owen Lovely.
He's in charge, yeah.
Always on the sidelines wearing his Gronkowski shirt.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Good to see him
every week.
For Westwood.
That was his title, celebration coach. We all remember that touchdown that just before halftime that he ran with his big Gronk spike. I think that was against a Medfield team that year. Tremendous gentleman, Owen Lovely.
What happened here? What down is it?
It's 4th and 12.
He launches.
Double coverage. Oh, good for him.
Complete at the 3-yard line.
What a pass.
And that was Jack Crowley on the receiving end from Andy Weeman.
Jack Crowley.
Sophomore to sophomore, so that's the Westwood future right there.
Almost 50 yards in the air. It was like a punt. He almost fair caught it.
It's almost the same play they got burned on, almost got burned on previously, but got the fortunate out of bounds call.
We had 2 defenders there, but they weren't looking at the ball, I guess.
Well, Westwood knocking on the door again.
Trying to add to their 6 points. Get a little closer.
It's a handoff.
Oh, no. You don't.
John Gillia hangs on.
It happens all the time, Rob. When you go wide at the goal line, it seems like you lose yards.
You know, he actually, I had the binoculars on. It was almost like he didn't secure the ball on the handoff, so that kind of prevented him from running full speed. Gave Gillia enough time to catch up to him.
It gives the defense hope when you're this close to the goal line and they get a tackle for a loss.
I would love to see the Ashland defense hold here. Give them something to cheer about.
The quarterback likes to run. Let's see what happens.
Oh, he's got somebody in his face.
That's a touchdown.
Gets rid of it. It was number 43.
Very nice.
Oliver Gannon, sophomore.
Pass complete to number 43.
On the receiving end from Andy Weeman.
Gannon for a touchdown, Westwood.
I got to give the quarterback Weeman's had players in his face, and he's just kind of stood tough and made some good passes. It's been pretty impressive.
They recovered this. They recovered the fumble on about the Ashland 40, and they take it in from there, despite a bad penalty that took away a big gain.
And it was a 4th and 12 on that Hail Mary to the 2-3 yard line. So they go for 2 here.
Trying to get to 14. He's going to pass again. Lofted. This time the clocker outfights the Wolverine.
Sales. Yeah, Sales able to stick with it.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. David Sales.
Those balls are as much yours as they are the receiver.
Yeah.
So the score hangs. Ashland 38, Westwood 12.
And I'm making the call now, Bob. You're going to hear a lot about this Weeman kid in the next couple of years. Just a sophomore, but he looks good back there.
Let's see. Their captain and quarterback is a senior, I believe.
Well, yeah, but they brought in number 8.
So he has so next year maybe his year.
Yeah.
Donegan, is it the quarterback?
Donegan was the senior. Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't look bad, truth be told, but the game just got out of hand so fast.
That was the difference, and that was the difference in the Bellingham game too, because their quarterback, can't remember his name off the top of my Elder, was good, but he was only getting a second, 2 seconds to throw the ball. Once the second stringers came in, he got 2-3 seconds. He was able to hit his favorite target, Polchelpak, and connect on a couple scores.
Bellingham is a decent team.
But this offensive line, defensive line that on the starting side for Ashland just doesn't give the quarterback any time.
Another tough one to handle.
And that was
Jake
Keavney. Whoa, 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 whoa. Settle down, guys.
Keavney pushed all the way through the Ashland bench out of bounds.
Almost onto the new track. How do you like the new track, Bob? That's a new track.
What happened to the old one?
So Ashland first and 10.
It was torn up. It had holes.
Was it red?
I think
I
of
can't
the
remember.
same color.
Yeah.
Same color.
But I don't remember this Ashland printed like this.
No, I think the graphics are definitely kind of new and
37
different.
yard line. I stand corrected.
Surprised you don't remember with the amount of times you circumnavigated this track.
Yeah,
Just going too fast. Everything was a blur probably, right?
I like the hurdles, the high hurdles. Was my favorite event in track.
Yeah, I like to go under the hurdles. It's easier for me.
That's called limbo. The limbo rock.
And there's Dwinell's. Good move to the outside.
Cuts it inside.
He's an exciting runner.
Refused to go out of bounds, cuts it inside. So 9 guys could tackle him.
Yeah, that's from the 37.
He broke a couple.
Yeah, he's
along the way.
And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. A 28-yard run by Pat Dwinell's.
So
that will bring us to the end of the third quarter.
The Ashland offense wants to make a splash
Ashland,
after turning it over quickly.
Westwood Wolverines, 12.
And when I say the Ashland offense, I mean the second unit wants to make a splash. They'd like to get some points to their credit tonight on the board.
3 quarters in the books, Bob. It's 38-12, and we're going to just have a word from our sponsor. We'll be back in a moment.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.
12-minute quarters this season in the Tri-Valley League.
And we're back.
38-12 is the score.
Dwinell's keeps it again.
Oh, boy. He's shifty. Down to the 16.
Yes, you see the way he read that block and knew to cut back inside, was able to set up the block.
15. That would be in Ashland.
That was another 21 yards.
Wow.
He's still got to work on his throwing. He doesn't have to do it tonight, but that's definitely the running versus the throwing. The passing is the weaker part of his game.
And it's, it's not just passing. It's learning how to roll out, throw on the run, learning how to check down, looking how not to make bad passes.
God, you make it sound so difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's really complicated.
Yeah, when you put it that way.
It's not a simple position. You have to be smart to play quarterback.
I think that is underrated. You are correct. Have to make good decisions as they give it to Fleming. He knocks over his blockers, and he's gonna gets down to the half-yard line. Gets 16 and a half out of the 17 yards.
Give him the ball. He's coming out. Is he coming out?
No. Fleming's 33.
He stays in.
Special agent.
Do-do-do-do.
Who is number 6?
Luis Miranda, the senior. See if Luis, is he a back?
Sure. I mean, I would assume they're going to give it to Fleming.
He's a receiver. Luis is split out to the far left. Will they use the corner fade and go to Miranda, or will they sneak it or run it up the middle?
I think you got it. Dwinell's keeps it. And
quarterback
touchdown.
You can't go wrong with that play.
Patrick Dwinell.
Well deserved. Dwinell's carrying the load on that drive.
Extra point attempt.
Along with a beautiful run by Liam Fleming.
Report, number 63. Holder, Jack McGough. And kicker, John Giglia.
Somebody wants to tell the clock operator the clock should be stopped. That's fine.
The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Kick is good. Clock is still running. Is that a new rule?
Well,
Is that like the slaughter rule in
by
Little
agreement?
League?
It has to be by agreement, I think.
Oh, okay.
Westwood 12.
They stop it
I think
now.
he missed it.
Yeah.
Again, I think I saw the clock operator last night. They had a big referee gathering at TJ's, like a party of 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, an injury. Cramp. It must be a cramp. It looks like they're stretching out the legs.
That'll stop the clock if
Yeah, it
nothing
is
else.
a cramp. John Giglia, the kicker. You don't like to see that ever.
I don't know. Yeah, it must be a, yeah.
Yeah. Our Amy Mendoza tending to John Giglia.
Ashland Norwood next week right here at Cunis Field. Game time 7 o'clock. Also streaming live on WACA-TV on YouTube and Facebook. But that is shaping up to be a big game.
And with Giglia with the cramp, that means that they're going to have to bring in somebody else for the kickoff. I think it's one of the underclassmen. I don't know who it is, so we'll keep an eye out. That's exciting, though, for an underclassman to been waiting. You never like to come into a game because of an injury, but it's
And a lot of times you just let a former soccer player do it. Of course, in the old days, you just get your biggest lineman and say, kick it as far as you can.
Pat Dwinell's is the punter, which they haven't had to use tonight.
Yeah, typically your punter is your backup place kicker, but we'll see.
When my son Jake was a freshman, he was on the sidelines every game because he was the backup kicker and never got a chance, which was fine at that point. But always one play away.
So they are letting
69. The guy with no number, he's not on the board.
Not on the roster here.
We'll see if they. We'll listen to see if Drozek.
Yeah.
But he's a.
Number 69, Kevin Potassis.
Kevin. Evan or Kevin Picassis? It's got to be an underclassman. Fan favorite, that's for sure. And an admirable job.
By number 4,
Good
Ethan
distance, good height.
Antonuk.
Yeah, nice solid kick. Ethan Antonuk on the tackle for Ashland.
I don't see any Kevins here.
No,
I didn't quite catch his last name.
it sounded like Picassit, so
Yeah.
I don't know if
Might be brought up from the JVs or something tonight.
yeah.
Although the JVs are typically here, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. JV and the freshmen. The freshmen are
Everybody's
wearing
here, yeah.
the gray numbers. But he might have been the winner of the fan kicker challenge. He
Yeah,
might have
everyone
been-
knew he wasn't his regular job. And,
Every once in a while, they'll have a fan come out, wins a drawing, and gets to make a kick. All right, so another handoff by Westwood. We're under 8 minutes to go.
we'll see if they're playing what they call running time, which the coaches, I believe, can agree to for the fourth period.
Gain of 1. 2nd and 9.
Which I'm not nuts about because I like to see other kids have their full chance. I like to see the game played straight.
And I want to see my prediction of a 5-handle come
Yes.
true.
I like to see the game. I like to see everyone have a chance to, and there's a lot you can do. You can just run off tackle every down, and everyone gets their chance to block and run.
I agree. There's the upside
Tackle.
and the downside is you don't want an injury, but like you said, upside the time goes by so quickly for these athletes.
Yes.
And it is running time, as you mentioned, because that was incomplete. Clock is
Third
continuing
down,
to run.
3rd and 9.
Let's see what I got for time here, Rob. It's only 10 of 9. Games is going to be a 2-hour affair, which is not bad. Not that you have anything else to do anyway, but got to go home and watch the Red Sox. You know, by the time you get home, it'll only be in the second inning anyway. You know, they started at 8. He's going to pass. Launched again.
Ah, there's a flag.
He took a dive.
Nick Tang.
He got the flag.
On the play.
He kind of looked up like, well, what did I do besides tackle him? But then maybe they got tangled up together. But Nick Tang's going to get called for the interference. And top of the second, it's Houston Astros leading 1-0.
Automatic.
Let's look at their lineup. They got a powerful lineup. Their first 6 players. I mean, tough.
I'll be the first to admit, I haven't really followed it at all till lately. Like I said, my brother had me place a futures wager at the beginning of the season, a few weeks before it started. I had the Sox to win the pennant, 28-1.
Ooh.
170 bucks, 178 to win 5,000.
Wow.
If they can win the pennant.
So. By number 75, Nate Kavanaugh.
That's an exciting bet now.
It is. I didn't hedge it.
They could do it.
I could have hedged it. You're right. I think they were minus 145 in the series. We'll see what happens.
But you know, Shaughnessy had a story in the Globe Sunday about how he went into a bar, you know, last week when the Red Sox were trying to get into the playoffs, and the bar television was turned to the Cleveland Browns football game while the Red Sox were on.
Yeah. Oh!
He couldn't believe it.
That's the future of the Clockers. Dwinells and Fleming on the tackle
By number 33.
for no gain. Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
He almost started crying.
Right, I was going to say he was really upset by that. .4:18 to go. Looks like this was a good game for you to ease yourself back into the flow, Bob.
I'm gonna be with you again next week.
I know, very excited.
And that will be my swan song for the season.
What about the playoffs?
Yes.
I may be in Florida for one of the first playoff games,
well,
so you and Josh.
If needed, I told Barbara, if needed, I will fill in. But I'm leaving it in the capable hands of Rob Silver and Josh Abrams.
You know that whenever you want to be on the mic, you're first up in the pecking order. So if you get the urge.
Well, you know, my time is coming to an end.
Nobody gets up and down those stairs as quick as you do.
I'm trying to wean myself off the broadcast gradually.
Oh, they hit the receiver down the middle. The secondary looked a little confused there. There was 5 guys, but nobody really paying attention.
They're not looking for that ball. Not
Jason
looking for the
Casarino.
I mean, those are long passes. You got time to find those balls,
right?
But you got to want it.
Yeah, they're nothing other than, like you said, just tossing them up there, free for all, and
go for the ball.
They're watching the defense.
Yes,
they're watching the
yes,
receiver,
yeah.
excuse me, and not paying any attention at all to.
In high school football, more than in any other brand of football, a lot of the passes are jump balls, especially the long ones.
Well, that's where we didn't get to see it tonight, but Max Palin and Jake Rimza both. Rimza caught that pass, but they got some good leaping. And Connor Kramer is like 6'4", and he decides to keep it. Rolls out to his left.
Oh.
A very successful run, about 16 yards for Number 8, Andy Weeman, the
Number 8,
sophomore.
Andy Weeman runs.
We're under
for
2
first
minutes.
down.
Westwood would love to get another one.
Sure.
If the Clockers get the ball back, I think we'll be looking at knees to finish out this game. So this is the last football of the evening right here that you will see. And the drama is going to be if Westwood can get a touchdown. The Clockers, of course, don't want to give them a touchdown.
No, I'm kind of going to call the Ashland intercept. Well, they're going to hand it off right there to Tody.
That's
I believe
okay.
it was.
Keep everybody honest.
Yeah.
But
Jack McManus, excuse me.
this quarterback and his running ability, it could be crucial down here.
So we'll see if the Clocker defense can maybe get a pick just to cap off this tremendous senior night.
Yeah, and the young quarterback might be vulnerable.
Yeah, 53 seconds. They've been around. I mean, like you said, he hasn't been zipping the ball.
He's going to want to see the clock stopped on incomplete passes, I'll tell you that.
And it's 28. They're going to just content to just run it. And Canning.
No.
Number 75, excuse me.
Let's see if he uses a timeout.
50, Tygo Cisco.
No
I thought it was
timeout
number
used.
75.
No timeout used.
Oh, thank you. I had that as Nate Kavanaugh, the sophomore. And the last play of the game, possibly 17 seconds.
From the 9-yard line.
And he's going to throw. And there it is!
Intercepted. Pass intercepted.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Found at the 4.
Down at the 5-yard line. Michael Diaz.
The game's over.
That is the ball game, folks.
Who got that one, Rob?
That's a senior, Michael Diaz.
Oh, what a moment.
Caps off an amazing night. Picked it off around the 10-yard line when, 80, 85 yards, just came up about 5-6 yards short.
Yes. That was a 90-yard run back on that. He got it at the 10? Yeah, 10 to the 5.
Yeah. I was tired just watching him.
Man, I was hoping, I knew he was going to get hit there at the end, but I was hoping he could
maybe
break it. Yeah,
just shed that one tackler, but
just
still.
Stay up.
How exciting, though.
Mike Diaz caps off a fabulous senior night at Cunis Field at Ashland High School. A fabulous game. The Clockers walloping the Westwood Wolverines. The final score, Ashland 45 and Westwood 12. And the Clockers didn't want to give up that last touchdown, and Mike Diaz
That's what I was asking
in.
for.
Yes.
Didn't I say the interception
Just can we
cap
pick
off the
one
night?
off? Yes.
The only thing I got wrong tonight, I think, was the 50-point total, which
very close.
But
4 yards away from the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, they only had a couple possessions in the second half. So you saw it
now,
firsthand.
Could Shadinas have hesitated, Rob? Would you have hesitated and cut across the field and scored at the other corner?
Oh, right, yeah. Or maybe lateral. Wait for one of your.
Yeah.
But
as time expired, man, what a finish!
Total team effort, like it's been all year.
What a great night! I was so glad to see these boys tonight. My first game.
Yeah.
Herder was everything I've seen and read about.
What about Molesky?
On the internet. Molesky was more than I thought. I didn't realize the power. I didn't realize it took like a whole team to bring him down on every run. It's ridiculous the way he keeps his feet. And no matter how much film, you know the way they study film these days. So that Westwood was completely prepared for Molesky and still didn't have a chance to stop him.
No, they had him at the line probably half a dozen times, and he got 5 to 10 yards and more.
Yes, had a couple, 3 big runs, but mostly that steady 5, 8, 10, 15.
It was nice to see him cap it off with that 40-something yarder. So
and Luke throws a nice ball too, and is a very heady player on both sides of the ball.
I'm giving Molesky the silver medal tonight.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
160, maybe 170 yards. He's approaching 1,000 yards on the season.
And our defense has to be mentioned, has to get an honorable mention, Rob.
Oh, absolutely.
They shut them down
again
completely. The last 2 touchdowns coming after Coach McKay cleared his bench.
Yeah, but it was what was it? 30? Was it 35 to nothing at halftime?
Because they stayed in for the offense.
No, 31 to nothing. We had 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but we scored at the first possession of the second half on the long Molesky run, and then that was it for the starters for the rest of the night.
Yeah. So.
And Westwood got 2 touchdowns and showed some spark and gave a good accounting for themselves throughout the evening. But it was all Ashland tonight on Youth Football Night. That was nice. And thanks again to our sponsors.
Technoplex Flexibles and Marathon Deli. And
the best sandwich in town. And our crew tonight.
We got Justin O'Brien, Mackie Kotob, Nick Cunningham, and special guest conductor tonight.
Produced and directed by Paul Bowden, tonight's game.
Always great.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. So that's it.
So until next time, this is Bob Thacker for Rob Silver. We'll see you next time on Ashland High School Varsity Football.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Marathon Deli. Marathon Deli offers a full range of lunch and dinner items for dine-in or catering. Fine cold cuts, cheeses, and meats also available, in addition to specialty wraps such as the Mayflower wrap as well as the Honey Bee wrap. They'll be sure to get your mouth watering. Serving Metro West for over 24 years, give them a call at 508-231-1859 or find them on the web at marathondeli.com.
Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Flexibles, a globally integrated company focused on developing and manufacturing innovative packaging materials. The Ashland facility produces packaging for medical devices and essential products to help in the battle to treat and eliminate COVID-19.